Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a journaling video. I'm going to be journaling in my traveller's notebook. This is one that I got from Hobbycraft last year, and I'm fairly new to journaling, so I don't do it every day. I just do it when something of note happens. So today I'm going to be journaling about my very first design team blog slot going live. It was really exciting. I decided I was going to try and use this netting. This is something I've had for a long time. It was in a recent video of things I wanted to use, and I had decided to do a double page spread. So my loose thinking was that if I put it on the page opposite, I might be able to incorporate it in my design. Now, please excuse this glue pot. I had been doing sticking with my daughter. She will be 2 in June, and she loves doing arts and crafts with me. But I also don't like to waste supplies, even though it was only a really small bit of glue in the bottom of that pot. I was like, no, I will use that. So I decided to use the leftover glue to try and glue that netting onto the page. It's a PVA glue that I got from The Works, and I quite like it. I just don't use it as much as I should because I discovered Anita's tacky glue and I just like that better. Now, this little glue stick, it's so cute. I got a pack of those from Tesco's of all places, but it works really well for spreading the glue, so I am completely sold on these. And this isn't, I can't think, but I don't think it's a dries clear glue, but I had plans of doing more to it when it was dry, so it didn't matter that it didn't dry clear. So I was literally just slathering the page in glue because I really wanted it to stick. And I also really wanted to use all the leftover glue up because I'd put quite a lot out for her. It was her first time doing sticking, and I don't think she quite grasped the concept. But anyway, so I'd slathered the page in glue, and then all I did was carefully lay the netting over the top, and then trying to put this netting down into the glue without getting glue all over my hands was quite a challenge, and you can see that I'm like rubbing it off. And then I thought, right, okay, I'll do something else while the glue is drying. Now, I do not like a lot of white space on my layouts. It drives me nuts. I just don't like it. And I know Mrs. Stationery and stuff, Laura, she doesn't like it either. So I'm constantly looking for ways to add colour to my page. So I have these media plates. These are by John Next Door. And I've been using them for mixed media, which I kind of got into at the back end of last year. And then I'm putting some acrylic paint on the round mat and spreading it out with a brayer. The acrylic paints, I think, came from the range. And then all I'm going to do is put it on the page and really press it down to make sure I've got a really good covering. Now, that brayer I was just using has a little stand, so I can put it down on my desk and it lifts it up off the desk so I don't get paint all over my desk, which is quite handy. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just pushing it down onto the page and then lifting it up. Now you can see, annoyingly, it ripped the page as it came off. Not really sure why it did that, to be honest, but you can always hide that kind of thing. So I wasn't like really annoyed. I was just a bit disgruntled, I suppose you could say. And then to clean off the brayer, because I didn't want to just wipe the paint off, I thought I would use it at other points on the page. So that's why I was just like rolling it in different directions, because I was like, well, I'll just transfer the orange onto the page in different ways. Then I got my stamp out. Now, this is a journaling stamp that came in Creative Stamping magazine. It is what I dug out when I started journaling at the beginning of the year. It's a really nice set, actually. And it's got this really nice like date line, I suppose you could call it, that you can put down and then put your date on top of. So I put that at the top, and then I go on to stamp the date out. Now this stamp set is starting to annoy me a little bit because it's all quite tiny, which it needs to be because it's like journaling stamps, but where I've used it so much, it now doesn't stick back onto the acetate, and I've tried cleaning the numbers up a bit, but it still doesn't stick. So I have to be really careful every time I take it in and out of its storage to make sure I'm not losing a number anywhere, or a like TH or anything like that, because especially with a little one running around, the last thing I want her to do is pick it up and eat it. Now, up until now, I've been really lucky, and she doesn't tend to put things in her mouth, but I've just tempted fate royally there, so I'm now going to shut up. But yeah, it's annoying me, so I'm now looking at other ways I can do journaling. And so I have started looking at those kits that I see lots of people use, and I am discovering the very pretty holographic numbers, and I can see this becoming a brand new shopping addiction. So here I'm still putting my date down, and then I really wasn't happy with it, so I do change it in a second. But I just wasn't happy with how it's stamped, so I tried to use a stamp block, and I normally use my stamping platform, and you'll see with this is the word February, and it went on slanted. I'm really not sure how, but I was just like, it would have annoyed me too much to leave it, so I had to cover it up, and I had to come up with a different way to put my date on there. Now I have been stash busting recently, and I found some lovely stickers that were in one of those packs that you get from like the Range or the Works. I got mine from the Works. So the sticker I've just put down says, "Everything starts with a dream," which seemed so right for this layout, because it has been my dream for so long to be on a design team, and to finally be on one, and to be journaling about my first creation for that design team. I was like, yep, I've got to use that sticker, because it is so true. And here I am covering up my date error. That sticker says special day, because again, it really was, and it kind of fitted quite well over the mistake. Now this is a glitter pen, actually. It's purple, and then I just wrote 3rd of February in there in the glitter pen, which annoyingly doesn't really show up too good, the glitter, but it looks nice like up close, I suppose you could say. So I just decided to have a go at handwriting the date in, because I just gave up with stamps at that point, if I'm honest. So then the next thing I decided to do was add a couple more stickers. So I wanted to cover up that the rip in the paper, and I thought this heart might do it quite nicely. It's got dots on it, so it kind of looks a bit textured. I really liked it, and it went quite nicely with the orange, because it's kind of like a yellowy, slight greenish tinge to it, but I thought it went nicely with the orange. So I put that down there, and then I had to bring in some washi. I absolutely loved this washi. I hauled this from AliExpress at the end of last year. Well, I bought it in December. It didn't come till January. But I'm not actually going to be doing any more AliExpress shopping. I'm just waiting on something to arrive, and then I'll do a haul video and explain what I am going to be doing, because I have this nice idea. So keep an eye open for that. But it is really nice washi, to be fair. And I recently sent some to Laura because I thought she'd like it. And then I thought, I'm going to put something underneath it. And because I'd already got the yellow on the dots on the heart, I thought I'd try yellow to go underneath it, just because there was too much white space under that orange circle. So it worked quite nicely. I think yellow and orange go together nicely. So I put that down there, and it's quite thin. It's like one of the thinner washes that I have. So then I was like, right, let's tidy things away, make some room, and crack on. So the next thing I wanted to do was to paint that page where I had put the netting. So I decided to use two different colours. I used a yellow, and I also bring in some of that orange that I've used on the other page to kind of pull it all together. Now I'm going to be using these foam craft brushes. I got these from everything. I got these from Every Crafts a Pound. I want to say a year ago, but actually it could be a little bit longer than that. I just thought I'd have a go. I didn't know if my idea was going to work, but I thought I would try it with these foam brushes, and it actually worked quite well. I was really pleased with myself. So I'm just painting over the netting, and you can kind of see it starting to come through. And I didn't do like block colours. I put a bit here and a bit there and a bit everywhere kind of thing. So it was almost like, I don't know, blending without blending, I guess. Anyway, I was really pleased with how this worked. Now, that pack did come with 4 of these like foam brush things. But when my little one was still quite small last summer, I gave her one to do water painting with. So they're great for little ones to play with as well when you start doing messy play. But the thing is, she's hijacked it, and I now can't get it back. So I have 3 and she has 1. So this is the orange now coming in. Now I didn't need to paint the whole page because I was going to put my design team make like on that page, and it was going to cover a lot of the page. So I knew I only really had to do the edges. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Now a bit of the white does still show through, but because it's only a little bit here and there, it doesn't bother me as much as when you get like large chunks of white. Are you the same? Who else does not like having a lot of white showing through on their layouts? Like, I can't be the only one, and I know Laura doesn't either, to be fair. But does it bother anyone else to the same extent? And if you've got some great tips for like how to avoid a lot of white space, let me know in comments, because I am open to trying anything. It really irritates me. I think maybe because I did cards before journaling, and I don't like a lot of white space on my cards either, so I tend to use a lot of mats and layers. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, I decided I didn't need to wait for the paint to dry because the card that I had made was just going to go straight over the top. Now this is an easel card, so I could literally glue the whole of the back piece of the card to make sure it stuck in really well, and I really got to use that glue up, so I felt super happy because I'm really sad. I just don't like waste. I don't throw anything away. Like my scraps, they go into a box and I reuse them and I die cut from them, or more recently my little one will walk past the box and grab some, and that is her treasure. But I'm terrible at keeping everything, so I do like to get value for money, and I don't like to throw away, so I'm happy that I managed to use up that bit of glue. So I'm just making sure that the book still closes with it in the position I've put it in, and then there you go, I'm just opening up to show, look, it stands up. So that was my first ever thing that I made for the Paper Fun Days challenge, and I am really, really proud of it. So then I went back to the other page because still for me there was too much white. So this here says follow your passion, which again, it just ties in with this page so well. This was actually a die cut. So I decided to put that down there, and then that's a little arrow. It's pink. I love pink. And it says best memories on it. And you know what? That is one of the best memories. Being on a design team, and that card over there that the arrow is now pointing to, it just worked. So I was like, right, we'll put that in there. And then I thought, right, we need some more stickers. It's all Laura's fault, but I am sticker obsessed now. I also watch Princess Honey quite a lot, and she uses a lot of stickers. And there's a few other people that I've just found that I've started watching, and they're all using stickers, and I think it's rubbing off on me because I am sticker obsessed. So in come the stickers, and I've got stars because I thought, yep, that worked really, really well with celebration. And then I've grabbed some flowers because they were pink, and it kind of went with the arrow, and then just some random ones around the top like gems, and in a minute I'll put a ladybird up there. And I was really honestly just trying to cover up some of the white because I just don't like white. I think you might have got that by now, but I don't. And I do like to decorate things up. Like, being a crafter, first and foremost, we like our bling, we like our embellishments. So any excuse to decorate something, I am a happy, happy girl. So there's my ladybird. I'm not really sure why I went with the ladybird, if I'm honest, because it's not really a spring layout. I just quite liked him. So now I thought, well, before I cover everything up with stickers, I better actually write something. So in this big orange box that I'd made at the top, I am writing, today my dreams were realised and my first DT projects ever went live. Like, I can't tell you how proud I was. So that's what I'm writing in there. And then I think I'm going to be adding some die cuts next and journaling on those. But it does take me forever to write. I'm sorry. And also, I'm not a letterer. Like, I know lots of people do fancy lettering in their journaling. I have never managed to master lettering. I even tried the other day and I still couldn't get it right. I don't know, maybe me and lettering just aren't made to be a pair. But I found this speech bubble die cut, and it's got a nice little rose pattern as the picture. So I'm just writing on here, the Paper Fun Days Challenge DT, because that's the design team I am part of. So I just wanted to put that on the speech bubble. And then I was like, well, where shall I put it? So I tried a few different places before settling on just on the corner of the big everything starts with a dream box. That seemed like a really good place to have those next to each other. My glue really was not cooperating. I like this glue a lot, I use it a lot, but it doesn't always come out the first time. Sometimes you sit there and shake, and it just is like, nope. Anyway, I got there in the end. So that is where I put my little speech bubble. And I think it looks really nice. I did buy some white speech bubbles recently, but I was just like, no, it's got to be coloured one. And then in the round circle, I have just written, never stop chasing dreams and rainbows, because it's just kind of popped into my head, and I just wanted a little reminder to myself, because I don't know about you, sometimes I don't feel so confident, or I think, why am I doing X, Y, or Z? So it's nice to have a little reminder, actually, you can achieve stuff. Sometimes you've just got to go the long way round, but you know, it can be done. Then I found this beautiful heart. I absolutely love this. It's another die cut, and I had to put that in. I just thought it was so pretty. And then I thought, right, okay, everything on the other page is dry. I'd sort of started to glue the other page down to the page underneath, so I thought I'd better fix it quick. And then I'm just trimming off the excess netting. I could have left it, like it wouldn't have looked bad hanging out kind of thing, but I just like everything to be quite neat, so I'm just trimming that off. It was mildly satisfying as well to trim that off. Don't ask me why, but yeah, it really was. And is that everything? I think it is. I think that's me showing you an overview of what I have just done. So I hope you have enjoyed the video today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll be back soon. Thanks for watching.